Hey Ryan.
Yeah, what's up? I ain't played it. I ain't played that game since, bro.
Hey nigga, I'm trying to wait till you get to the brother. The nigga's crazy. It's like Saul.
For real.
Yeah, yeah, do like these little games and crap. You have fire and stuff. You burn to death.
Shit. Hey, don't start it yet, Andy. Let me smoke a cigarette real fast before we get this thing started. Yeah, I told me. Hey, Spider, you get that invite? Okay. Victor? Damien?
What?
Did you get that invite I sent you?
Yeah.
You can watch how you can sit back and watch how his big boys play, bruh.
Make you the smallest one here, bro.
No, not really. Me and Spider, we about the same size.
Really?
You see,
What about everyone else?
I see, Damien. Everybody in this party, we all work together. We all work at control. You're the only outsider.
This nigga.
If you moved up here, I can get you a job there, welding and shit, you know, then you wouldn't be an outsider then.
Outside, you guys sound like you guys have your own little town or something.
We basically do. Because 90% of the people that I play with works at Control. Alright, I'm ready. This is gonna be one hell of a game. Hey, Spider. The last time me and Andy played, which was last week, I think, last Friday, like, my second play of the game, I threw a pick six, alright, and came back, I answered right back, scored a touchdown. During the halftime, I was up 21-10, okay, and 34th quarter, I don't know what happened, but we tied up in the fourth quarter with like 15 seconds left, so we went into overtime. He threw a pick, I threw a pick, and then I picked him off right at the 20-yard line, and he was almost about to score. I kicked a field goal, and I won the game in overtime. It was 27-30. It was a hell of a fucking game. And we're about to have another fucking hell of a game right now because I'm not Victor. I'm not gonna get blowed out. Richard Gonzalez, he done got his ass handed to him twice. Ain't that right, Vic? Victor. Oh, he ain't hearing me. But
Dude, Jack and Dexter, the precursor legacy. You know that game?
hell yeah.
I got one of my trophies. I forgot. I got that 100%.
Yeah, I did too.
Yeah, well, not all three of them. I didn't get to beat the other two. Well, I beat them a long time ago, but I didn't get to beat them when I played the PS3.
The first one was the best one.
But, oh yeah, I played that game so much. It was easy for the first one. Those are hard as hell to find.
Hey, Damien, are you gonna watch this game?
Hell no, I don't like football.
Man, you gotta watch this game, bro. I'm telling you. I mean, when you're playing somebody good like Andy, let me tell you something about Andy. Andy's good. Okay, I don't take anything away from that man. That man's good at this game. And when you play someone like me, I'm also pretty good. It gets so fucking intense, bro. Like, the game gets so intense, bro. Like, it's really fucking good. You're like, you're trying to make the right decisions, trying to throw it to the right people, trying to figure out when the right time is to run the ball. You know, I mean, Andy, we had one hell of a battle, bro. Like, when you get a game and it comes down to a field goal to win it, you know you had a good game. But I'm hoping I had that same outcome with me as the winner. But we're about to see. Because this game right here is the Super Bowl. It is the Super Bowl. Alright, in real life, Sunday, the Atlanta Falcons and New England Patriots are going to be in the Super Bowl. Me and Andy's the Falcons and I'm the Patriots. We're playing the Super Bowl game right now. It's going to be a hell of a game right here. Hang on a second.
Break it down. Do something crazy.
Alright, I'm back. Hey, Spider, you still there?
Yeah.
I guess Victor left.
I'll be back.
Alright. Hey, hey, Spider, you play Madden?
I haven't Madden 16.
Oh yeah. You need to go get 17. Here we go, fellas. Me neither. I haven't played since we played.
I'm Larry Ridley, and this is Madden 17 on EA Sports. Tonight's matchup features two quarterbacks who will be trying to lead their team to victory. It's Brady's Patriots going up against Ryan's Falcons. With that, let's send you to Atlanta now, where Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis are on the call.
Thank you, Larry. From the home of the Falcons since 1992, there's a look inside the Georgia Dome, just on the outskirts of downtown Atlanta. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap here between the New England Patriots and the Atlanta Falcons. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. They go play action here on first down. And this one complete to Martellus Bennett. Charles, so many of the Patriots know what the Super Bowl feels like. Martellus Bennett, a guy, 8th year, first Super Bowl trip, and after the game, you could tell he was a little elated, doing some dances with the cheerleaders. And
the pom-poms were going everywhere, weren't they?
They were.
But the interesting part was his observation later on social media where he said, I was out of my mind excited, and I looked around at a lot of the guys on the Patriots team, and they're like, yeah, you know, we've done this before, okay? We can be cool about it. But think about his impact this year. Supposed to team with Rob Gronkowski, became the feature tight end after Gronk's injury. They are so glad that they picked him up.
The new acquisition, Martellus Bennett, the intended target. And now it's second down. And if this offense is going to flow today, certainly the running back will be a key piece.
Without a doubt, because they asked their runner to not just do that, but to block, to catch, to help set a tone for their offense.
Now a first carry for LeGarrette Blount. And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line. When you look at X factors in the Super Bowl, LeGarrette Blount, he could be one. Now the question, how will they use him? Divisional round, not many carries. And then he did get a lot of carries leading into the Super Bowl. So we'll see how they handle it.
Atlanta's defense is built on speed.
LeGarrette Blount, and all the way in. Touchdown, New England. LeGarrette Blount, 53 yards. And the Pats have taken the early lead.
Yeah,
Talk about explosion plays. Here's one pretty much right out of the gate.
And now they get to ride a wave of emotion, momentum, everything. Just as you described, right out of the gate. Big sprint, touchdown. They're excited. But on the other side, they've got to guard against a major letdown because they hit them right in the gut with that one. And now you start to question yourself a little bit when you give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
Gostkowski now, after the touchdown, he'll send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. And a man, as we look at the starters now, a man who really has earned us talking about him in the booth, Julio Jones.
He's a 1,000-yard receiver each and every year. So sleek, so wonderful. I call him Secretariat.
On second down, here's Ryan. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown.
I was trying to pick that off.
66 yards. Well, the Falcons are an extra point away from tying the football game. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. That's fielded in the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. And the Patriots getting ready to go again on offense. And, Charles, you and I get a stat pack before every game. At the top of this one for the Patriots, the first note was that they're on their way to their 9th Super Bowl appearance. That is something. Most of any team.
And 8 of those since 2001. Would that be accurate?
That
because
is accurate.
The first one was Super Bowl 20. That didn't go very well against the Bears. But since that time, they've become the predominant team, going to Super Bowls and winning them. What a franchise.
And say hello to the Atlanta Falcons on defense. So many baby faces. Charles, as you and I have talked about, 7 first or second year starters. And they're going to have their hands full against Tom Brady and the Patriots in the Super Bowl.
They certainly are. And when you're talking about some of those baby faces, think about these rookie starters. Deion Jones at middle linebacker. Devondre Campbell at outside linebacker. Keanu Neal at safety. but it's a second-year guy that I'm keeping my eye on for this game. That's Vic Beasley. Led the league in sacks with 15.5, and that's force enough. But he also forced 6 fumbles. If he can get back to Tom Brady and have a few strip sacks, that could change the game.
And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Throwing is Brady on 3rd down. And he's got Bennett. A very solid gain of 27.
And the game just keeps evolving. Big guys running those corner routes, so difficult to cover.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. Brady gives now to Blunt. And he's brought down. A nice pickup there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
So let me make sure I have this right. He's already found the end zone once, and now he's ripped off a big chunk of yardage here on this one. His confidence is awfully high. So now I've got to put myself in the shoes of the defensive coordinator. Do I go ahead and sell out to try and stop him and force him to do something different? Or do I risk him having a big monster day against my defense?
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this run.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them. All right, I'm doing my rudimentary math here. That's his 3rd catch here in the first quarter. I don't know if it's just game plan or he's just finding his way open.
Maybe a little of both. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. They come up in an offset eye. Now Blunt. And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. 1st level defensive line, 2nd level linebackers, 3rd level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a 1st level run, and it was stopped by a 2nd level player.
Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
I think that run gives us evidence that the defense is getting a little bit tired out there. They've been out in the field for a long time, and that last run, they just cut right through them.
No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave them with a 4th down. Boy, that's a lot of sirloin steak to be taken down for no gain, partner.
Are you trying to suggest that he is a huge man?
He is
not just a big man, a huge man.
Big boy.
Well, how about the credit then for the defense to be able to chop that big tree and put him on the ground?
I know back when you played, it took 4 of you to take a guy like that down, right?
Well, that's for sure. And you know what else? I didn't want to challenge him at dinner either.
First down and goal, the offense knocking on the door. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
We talk all the time about how important it is to have leverage in blocking. It's also a big part of policing up gaps. Did you move someone out of the A gap? Did you move them out of the B gap in order to create space for your guy to run? In this case, all those gaps were shut down.
Yeah, the movement was defensive, and they got him for a loss.
A missed opportunity for an interception would have killed off a drive. They had a chance there to finish things off. Didn't get it done. I guess that's why a lot of those guys do not play offense.
And the seemingly endless drive continues. Defense showing blitz. Defense may be thinking pass. They come out in a nickel on 3rd and goal. Now Brady, the wideout Chris Hogan, the intended receiver. And 4th down coming up.
And that was a nice play. He knocked it away, but obviously you want the interception in this situation. You want to take away any chance that they have any decision to make on 4th down. But things happen so quickly in the end zone in this compressed area of the field that you're just happy to knock it away and not allow a touchdown.
So now on 4th down, on comes Stephen Gostkowski to try and get the Pats 3. This will be just a 21-yard attempt. And Gostkowski's kick is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So they get 3. They were hoping for 6. An unlucky number 13 play drive.
Well, you go to the sideline after putting 3 points on the board, happy, but you wanted to be ecstatic. You wanted to have 6 on the board. On the opposite sideline, though, the defense, I think they're high-fiving each other, only giving up 3 after letting them run that much offense.
And before the Falcons take over on offense, a stat that is definitely worth mentioning. They have scored this year 540 points, tied for 8th all-time in league history. But my question to you, if you had to pick one key for this offense to be successful against New England, what do you think that would be?
Offensive line. And I know that's not a very sexy thing to talk about, but the rebuild of the Falcons' offensive line over the last 2 to 3 seasons has put them in a position to where they are in a Super Bowl. Because that offensive line allows all that great talent at the skill positions absolutely flourish. The front office and the head coach, a tremendous collaboration of rebuilding that roster.
Second down, 8. Now Ryan on second down. And this is caught on the sideline. But no, they'll say out of bounds. He caught it but was not in bounds. Incomplete.
I don't know about you, but I wanted to reach out of the booth and snatch that pass myself. That thing floated forever up there. I think that threw off the timing of the receiver. That's why he couldn't get his feet down even though he caught the ball.
You know, Charles, I would have liked to have seen that.
Yeah, me too.
For you. I wanted to see you reach out and catch that.
Yeah, you've heard about my hands, huh?
It's his target. It's Taylor Gabriel. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. Now, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. They come out here in the eye. They'll indeed go for it with Ryan. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and they're able to pick up the conversion here on 4th down. Freeman again, a first down carry. And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
On 2nd down, Freeman. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Dante Hightower on the stop.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big, big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because it's usually 5 on 3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they will just roam and hit.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride. They get 9 yards there, and they get a first down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him? Either fellow receivers or offensive linemen. That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
They come up in an offset eye. Now a play fake here on first down. Is this intercepted?
Thank you.
It is. It's intercepted. Devin McCourty picks it off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Brooks Reed with a tackle.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Now Brady throwing on 2nd down. Caught left side, Bennett. And 15 yards there on the catch and run.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
And with that, it's 2-minute warning time here, the NFL on EA Sports. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. They'll run it here with Blunt. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. And now they're in the hurry-up. To throw, it's Brady. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Martellus Bennett, the intended receiver. And it'll bring up 3rd down.
I wouldn't be shocked at all right now if there's a look of surprise on the big fella's face because he had the route that he wanted, running the corner. And usually he's able to use his body and catch the football, but a really nice play by the defenders, able to knock it away.
So incomplete on 2nd down. Now they'll look to convert here on 3rd. Throwing now is Brady. And incomplete. A disappointing drop there defensively by the rookie. And now 4th down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense if that fell harmlessly to the ground. And a tough ask here. They're going to go for it on 4th down and 9. They do go for it. It's Brady, and he's got Bennett. And able to pick up the first across midfield to the 47. 19 yards there on the pickup. And on 4th down, they're able to convert and move the sticks. Now a carry for Blunt. A strong running. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. And that one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the 2nd quarter.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Again, here's Blunt. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
And they still need 8 yards for the first here on 2nd down. Brady to throw on 2nd down. And over the middle to the tight end, Bennett. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. So in the 2nd quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
And the offense moving quickly to the line.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line?
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
How do you call timeout real fast without hitting the start button?
Well, just play after play after play on this long drive for the offense. They go play action here under a heavy rush, and down he goes. A big loss loss there of about 7 yards on 1st and goal. So now it... Second down. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. Oh, that one got away from him. Short distance kick missed. No good. Way wide to the right. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Yeah, I fucked up on that field goal.
So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 yards with a new rule as he's taken down right at the 20-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. They're down here. But very much in this game. What's the... tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Call it a pickup of 7, and that'll bring up second down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
On second down, here's Ryan. He hits his target. It's the tight end, Torlolo. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
Let's go. Wide, get wide. Take 4.
Now a play fake here on first down. And almost intercepted. It would have been his second pick of the game. Instead, it'll be second down. Well, something that was lost in the shuffle, to switch gears for a second, in the Super Bowl talk, is the Pro Bowl. It wasn't in Hawaii and Orlando this past weekend, and I know you enjoyed watching the skills challenges.
I certainly did, and the City Beautiful had a great time. Think about those skill challenges now. OBJ wins the drone drop. From 125 feet, he catches it and wins that one. Phil Rivers warms up for the quarterback competition in cowboy boots. Ends up winning that in regular gear. And then finally, the dodgeball. AFC, NFC. NFC had 5 or 6 guys at the end. AFC had 1 guy, T.Y. Hilton.
Yeah.
Now, he's used to running pass patterns against a lot of guys and beating them, but in this case, they finally got him. Zeke Elliott took him out in the end.
On third down, Ryan stays on his feet, and that is incomplete. The Pro Bowl wideout Julio Jones, his intended receiver, and it's fourth down. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides, where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
They'll break the huddle here and go for it. This is fourth down. They'll indeed go for it with Ryan. Swings it out to the flat for Freeman. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Patriots take over terrific field position. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. Well, let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
Fresh set of downs here. Blunt, the lone running back. They fake the handoff. Now Brady. Deep drop. And this one's incomplete.
And he still doesn't have a catch. We're into the second half. I think it's a little bit of a surprise to me, but that was one he should have caught.
Absolutely. That was his best opportunity right there. He dropped it. Here's Blunt. And a short gain down to about the 33. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's third down. The 25-yard line is what they need here. This is third down. Play action. Now it's Brady. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. So on that play, defense was in the zone. They ran a crossing route offensively, but the defense there, you got to be good with communication, don't you?
You certainly do, and it's not something that is really evident when you watch it on the screen. But everyone's talking, communicating, pointing, and it keeps you from chasing receivers because you have a specific zone you have to cover. When a receiver's in your zone and he crosses to another one, you got to let your guy know. They got a completion there, but I like the discipline they showed to stay in their proper areas and then make the tackle.
They'll run again with Blunt. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard. Ricardo Allen, the safety, makes the stop. And quickly, they get to the line.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts. They were stopped on that play. We've had plenty of carries all afternoon. Every now and then the defense is going to win one, but I don't think they'll shy away from handing it to them the rest of the game.
Brady going to go on fourth down. And it is incomplete. Hey, by the way, I wanted to ask you while we have a minute, did you catch the Pro Bowl?
How about that? In the city of Orlando, they could not have been more excited. A sellout, actually standing room only for the Pro Bowl.
And some defense was played. It wasn't the normal 55-50 shootout. 20-13 was the final.
To give you the best example, Travis Kelce from Kansas City was the offensive MVP of the game, 3 catches, 36 yards, and a touchdown. Lorenzo Alexander from Buffalo, his first year as an NFL full-time starter, capped it off with a Pro Bowl MVP, had 8 tackles in the game. What a year for Lorenzo Alexander.
Gets a new car as well. Congratulations to both. Final minute now of the third quarter. Now Ryan on second down. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Trying to get that in the hands of Devontae Freeman that time. And now it's third down.
Really nice play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball, but for the guys on the offensive line, they're doing a nice job of trying to protect their passer. But when a guy hops in the air and goes airborne to try and knock one away, it's difficult because you can't reach out and grab him. That'll be a holding penalty. So all you're trying to do is make some type of a play on him, make some type of contact to try and get his arms out of the sky.
Now Ryan. This is intercepted. Devin McCourty picks it off. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. And now out come the Patriots. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field. And he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you've got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. It gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5. They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid-type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. They come out here in the eye. Brady going to throw. Looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
And that pickup of a 1st down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
Oh, so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. They're going to hurry back to the line now. On play action, it's Brady. That is caught at the 7. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. Their big tight end, 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Patriots add on to their lead. It's good to make it 17-7. Gostkowski now after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. It's a short kick, taking it to 15. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Now the Falcons offense, they get ready to head back out here. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. They'll get 16 yards there, and it'll give the Falcons a 1st down. And they're going to speed things up here. Shift together here from the D-line. They go play action here on 1st down. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he's brought down. Give him 16 on the pickup. And the Falcons are going to get a 1st. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Wide open receiver complete. 26 yards on the pickup there. And the Falcons are going to have a 1st and goal. So there on that play, offensively, they ran the crossing route. Defense was in zone coverage. So as a former DB, how tough is it to defend that?
It's really difficult because your natural inclination is to chase the receiver and maybe leave your zone. So you have to have discipline in order to talk to your other coverage guys and let him know that that receiver's crossing from your zone to the next zone. He's coming your way. Make sure you have him. And then when the ball is actually thrown, secure the tackle. When they're moving on crossing routes, if you miss a tackle, it usually results in a big play.
They got to have 6 here. It's 3rd and goal.
Let's go.
A fake to Freeman. Now it's Ryan. And he can't escape the pressure. Ryan goes down. And Charles, they only needed a yard there. They tried to pass the football. What do you think?
Well, I can't really go all out and kill them for the call because that 3rd and 1 fake and throw it over the top for a big play, that often does work. But in this situation, the pressure got to him.
So a field goal gets you back within a score, but they're going to go for the bigger chunk here. Kicking team on the sidelines. Offense on for 4th down. And that is incomplete. A disappointing drop there on 4th and goal. And the Patriots defense is going to take over on down. The Patriot offense now set to come back out on the field. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out. And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. And they'll go on the ground. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. A loss of a full 3 yards and 2nd down. 2nd down and a little ways to go here. 2nd and 13. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. They fake the handoff. Now Brady. And, oh, he took that in one-handed. What a grab. And a nice gain of 21 yards. And now a timeout defensively by the Falcons. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And to give this time to the tailback. And he might have got this across. And the Falcons going to use another timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. So the offense looking at a 2nd and 8. Brady going to throw here. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
Okay, when the big guy runs a corner route, you're asking a lot no matter who's covering him. Doesn't matter whether it's a linebacker or a defensive back. Yeah. He usually has the advantage because of his body type.
They come up in an offset eye. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Oftentimes when a guy has a game like this, he's going to take his offensive line out to dinner afterwards. But after a play like that, he may tell them, instead of getting the steaks, guys, we might have to go for the hot dogs.
Throwing now is Brady. His throw caught at about the 5. A good pickup there at 22.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? That sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. He lost 6 there on the first down play.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
Oh, long drive. The defense just cannot seem to catch a break and get off the field. To throw is Brady. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility.
Yeah,
no one thinks
almost,
we can do this.
almost.
Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
Yeah, we'll play good, bro. Hey, don't forget my lunch on Monday. Hey, you know what? I wish the defense would play better though, because I mean, the first game we played, that was the most intense game I've ever played. Cause that shit was intense like a motherfucker, bro.
That'll do it for us, for Charles Davis and all
You
our
play better
hardworking
playing in
crew.
New England.
I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more,
I had
find us on
149
Twitter
rushing.
at EA Madden NFL. With that, we say so long,
And you
everybody.
had 24 rushing. Had 247 passing yards, 1 touchdown. We both only had 1 touchdown though. Yeah, LeGarrette Blount had 28 carries for 156 yards. Julian Edelman had 1 receiving for 21 yards. Chris Hogan again, nothing. I had 17 first downs. Alright, man. Hey, Damien. Spider? Okay. Let's get back on some GTA now.